Here at CARPology, we do read the comments and we often see your responses to videos and what you're craving to see more of in the future. And we've listened for all those comments that said, bring back Joe's pasty white shins when the sun comes out. Apologies, you're going to have to put up with that for this video, but you'll be pleasantly surprised when I bring you some of the items I've got with me today, because you guys do comment a lot of the time about the prices of things. But since we've been doing some items from Cygnet, you've been very, very happy, and that's because they come in at a very, very good price point for great quality. And today with me, I've got the 2 bed chairs, which are going into more in depth, and 2 chairs, of course, and a couple other little accessories that we'll jump into. But before we do so, please make sure you're subscribed to us and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads. And also follow us on social media platforms where you get regular updates and also competitions, which these items may or may not be included in. Back to here and now though. Apologies, I'm in the car park of my syndicate and not a lovely lake view, but I pulled a hamstring at football yesterday and this is the furthest I could lug 2 bed chairs and 2 chairs with me. But let's get started on the chairs. So the 2 chairs come in at $59.99 and $79.99 respectively. Now this is just the Sniper chair and that's the Sniper recliner chair. Pretty obvious what the difference is going to be, or the main difference. Well, there's a few other little differences, but we'll start with the similarities. All 4 legs on both chairs are fully adjustable with swiveling mud feet at the bottom, so you can raise this up, lower it down, make it nice and level on uneven ground. They both fold down to a flat profile and the legs fold in the same way. Both have armrests, and that's pretty much where the similarities stop, because this one, the armrests are slightly different. These are just fixed in place. Nice height, as you can see, for the size of me, like I said, I'm around just about 6'1", and sitting down here is a perfect position for my arms to sit and rest. And because they're quite wide for the size of them, they're actually quite comfortable on the arms. So sometimes you can get armchairs which are just a bit too slim and they start to dig in, but just for sitting here briefly, they feel quite comfortable, and my hands sitting over the edges quite nicely. The other difference is that the actual base and the back, although it's slightly padded, it's not the same as the recliner, which we'll get onto it in a moment. It's very, very thin padding, so it's lighter, that's the main thing, but it's not got as much padding as that one. And also there isn't as much padding around the frame like you do with the recliner, this recliner to my left. But on the whole, it does what it needs to, and it's ever so slightly small. If you have a look from that angle, you can probably see roughly that one's got a taller back and probably slightly extended bottom section. But this does what it needs to do, and at $59.99 for a pretty light chair which has the support that this does. It's in a fixed recline state, so you're not upright, you're not too led back. I'd say it feels quite comfortable. If you can see from that camera angle how I'm sat, if this is the sort of angle you like to sit in or sit forward like so, it's comfortable. It does exactly what it needs to. But we will move over to the recliner, which of course, the main feature difference, as you'd expect, is that it reclines. So at the moment it's in its most upright position. Excuse the forklift in the background, but as I said, I am in the car park today. So this is in its most upright position, but you lift up the arms and you can rock it back all the way to there, which in this sunshine today is absolutely beautiful. But there's several different notches from there forward, so if I try and pull it up, there we are, notches into there, up again, another notch, all the way back up to a church pew, if that's how you'd rather be. So I put it in between, it's about the same sort of recline level as that one was. Very easy to recline it, and of course this one is more padded, so I can feel already the upgrade in comfort levels when I'm sitting on this one, because it's got the padding on the base, and it's also fleece lined. That's the difference. So this one is, I'm rubbish with remembering the names of materials, but it's a fairly standard material you come to see in fishing, same as what luggages are made of and stuff. But this one is fleece lined on the inside and on the head end as well, and on your back, so it's much more comfortable on the skin, feels softer, and there's also more padding around the frame of the chair as well. So that, in combination with the fact that you can recline this a lot more, it's just a bit more luxury. So if you want to spend 20 quid more from the standard and get this, then that's the differences pretty much in a nutshell between the chairs. Now the 2 beds from there probably look pretty similar, and to all intents and purposes they do the same thing, but there are some slight differences which make them a little bit different from each other. Starting off with the price, this one comes in at $99.99 RRP, which is the Sniper bed, and slightly more is the Grand Sniper at $124.99, so 25 quid difference, and I'll get on to why they're different in a second. But starting off with the Sniper bed, which is the cheaper of the 2, underneath, well, they're both the same, but they're fixed to the frame using rope. So rather than elastication, which can sag over time, they've used rope. And you can also tighten this up, but it offers just more support. So all the way around it's rope, and all the material won't sag. So a lot of support underneath from both the bed chairs. Padding around the outside, just from the actual feel right now, Feels similar in padding, but ever so slightly more on the Grand Sniper. And then on the inside, the reason they're slightly different as well is that this is fleece lined and this is just the same sort of material all the way over. So this one feels a bit more plush to the touch, and I've got to say, pushing on them both, just feels a little bit more cushy. And then they've got the same sort of looking pillow end, but again, it's got the fleece line on the Grand Sniper where it doesn't on the standard Sniper as well. Underneath, there's a couple of differences, but the similarities to start with: fully adjustable swiveling mud feet on all of the legs that are available. The standard Sniper bed has 5 legs, so there's one extra spring-loaded leg at the head end. So if I was to sit on this bed and lean right up this end, there's absolutely no issues with the bed losing any kind of stability. But if I was to sit at that end, of course, it might flop over. And then if we move over to the Grand Sniper, here's where you see another one of the additions that makes this a little bit more expensive than the standard one. We have an extra leg at the bottom, so it's completely level, whether you're sitting at the top, bottom, middle, you're completely supported. This bed isn't rocking over. Now there's also a little difference in the actual size of the beds and like the actual footprint on the top of the mattress, shall I say, and it's not a huge difference, but lengthwise this comes in, I think it's about 9 centimeters longer, 10 or 9 centimeters longer, and width it's about 3 or 4 centimeters. So there's not a lot in it, but as you can see from some of the shots, there is a slight difference in length and width with the Grand Sniper. So yes, they'll do the same sort of thing, they'll both offer you great comfort on the bed, on the bank, but this one just offers that little bit extra, and for 25 quid extra with the extra fleece, the extra leg, and I think that's pretty much the main differences on this. If that's something that you're more interested in, then go for this one. Both of the beds do offer double hinged points on them as well, so you can collapse these down with a sleeping bag in place. Sorry, not with a bed chair in place, of course there's a bed chair, but they can fit sleeping bags and maybe a cover and stuff on top and still fold down flat because they've got that bit of give in the hinges. So if I lift this up, you can probably see it on that angle a bit more. There's plenty of space to slot a bed chair, a sleeping bag in there when fully folded down, so you don't have to take a sleeping bag off at any point. So that is the 2 bed chairs in a nutshell, the Sniper and the Grand Sniper. So there we go, the Grand Sniper bed, the Sniper chair, and the Sniper recliner. Got all that? If you haven't, then please head over to the Cygnet website and check out all of these items again in more detail, and of course some of the accessories I showed you today with the sleeping bag and the cover. Now, as I said at the start of the video, please do make sure you subscribe to us and follow us on all the social media platforms that come up on your screen right now. But that's it from me for now. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you again soon. I think it might work on my tan. Goodness knows my shins need it. Oh, that's nice.